Hello friends and welcome to our channel. Today's video is about a wounded predator begged for help. The soldier didn't think for a minute before jumping in to help. But before we start, please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell and smash that like button. We really appreciate your continuous support. Today, we'll tell you a very touching yet surprising story about a jaguar who got rescued by soldiers and returned the favor in an incredible way. The story's events took place a few years ago when some soldiers from the Brazilian Armed Forces were doing their duty near the Amazon River. At that time, the river had overflowed its banks and flooded the territory beyond its channel. One of the soldiers noticed an animal struggling with the current, trying to get on land. The animal was clearly exhausted as he stopped swimming and was starting to get drifted away. The soldier had no intention to leave the poor animal to die and quickly jumped in the water without giving it a second thought. However, once he got closer, he realized that it was a jaguar. The man was scared and terrified for a little bit, seeing a predator that can attack him at any moment. Yet he couldn't just turn around and abandon the weak animal. The soldier later said, recalling the incident, "I grabbed him from behind my front legs and neck. I was taught that's a good thing and the coast was so close." After he successfully rescued the jaguar and brought him to safety, the team decided to take him with them as he was tired and hurt. Leaving him in the wilderness alone can only mean one thing: a certain death. Surprisingly, the jaguar didn't show any signs of resistance or aggression towards the soldiers, as if he knew they were trying to save him. The jaguar was later taken to their base, where they treated his wounds, fed him, and kept him warm until he regained enough energy to move around. Fortunately, the authorities were moved by this story and didn't object to keeping the animal. Instead, they allowed him to be left in the custody of the Brazilian Armed Forces. The soldiers happily agreed and decided to raise the jaguar and named him Jequitia, which means the found one. To this day, Jequitia lives in the ranks of the Brazilian Armed Forces. He's so popular among the soldiers they take care of him, feed him, play with him, and even train sometimes, just like an ordinary pet. He probably is the only tame jaguar in the region. Amazingly, this big cat trustfully interacted and played with the strangers, allowing them to pet him, never releasing his claws and purring like a little cat. Months passed and the predator didn't seem to plan on leaving people. He had many chances to run away, but for some reason he wanted to stay. Luckily, even the soldiers didn't want to part ways with their new companion, so they decided to take him to serve as a service dog. The predator, of course, came up to their expectations. He's so loyal to them and tirelessly protects the military base from any possible enemies. According to the soldiers, Jequitia has always been well behaved. He's never been aggressive or hostile towards anyone in the base. Thus, the soldiers trust him and never fear getting so close. They sometimes even train together, allowing him to climb on their backs while doing push-ups. The predator clearly remembers the day he was rescued by those men, so he wanted to return the favor by being the protector and the unit's lucky charm, as they call him. He literally behaves like a huge domestic cat. News of a beautiful jaguar living with the military unit soon reached the media, so everyone wanted to see him. Hoping to see this miracle with their own eyes, tourists from all over the world arrived in great numbers. Obviously, the curious crowd wasn't allowed to get too close. However, the soldiers showed them how kind and affectionate their jaguar is from behind the bars, while he would beautifully pose for the camera. Jequitia is now a robust grown-up adult. Many people thought that he'd eventually run away to the jungle, where he can live freely like any other wild animal. Yet he already takes the base as his forever home. He's still taking care of those who didn't leave him to die in the waters of the Amazon River, but brought him to the shore on their own shoulders. Even wild beasts and predators can have kind hearts and be loyal to those who helped them, loved them, and cared for them. They'll always remember. Unfortunately, many people nowadays should learn from such animals and be much more merciful and sympathetic to others. Thanks for watching. If you liked today's video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notification bell so you never miss any new stories.